You won't find a busier stand at the Düsseldorf Boat Show than the Bavaria stand, and we picked Peak Crazy to come and look at their Virtess 420. This is a best-selling boat, been around since 2013, so it's an older design, but it's still selling very, very well. And it's been updated through those years. It's now available with both stern drives and Volvo Penta IPS pod drives. Has a starting price of just under 500,000, excluding VAT, 500,000 euros, I should say. And importantly, it's a 3-cabin boat. So whilst the rest of the market is really focusing on 2 cabins, if you want 3 cabins, this is a boat to come and have a look at. Let's get you on board. I'm Carl Richardson and you're watching Yacht Buyer. So I'm standing here on the aft deck, as you can see on this Virtess 420, but you can also see there's not a lot going on here, and that's because we have the versatile layout. You can have a standard fixed aft transom bench here looking into the cockpit. That's the standard boat, that's what you're used to seeing, right? This boat, we have 2 seat modules which run on tracks all the way around. You can have them together, as we have here. You can have them running across the transom in a sort of conventional style. You can have them facing, and as you can see, the table moves as well. So the versatile cockpit by name and very much by nature. We have triple bifold folding doors here, which allows the lounge to flow into the aft deck as well. So you really get the connection between the deck salon and this cockpit. But this versatile aft deck layout, it is an option, but I think it works, and it's particularly, a lot of these boats are working on the lakes and what have you. We've got a high-low, another option, but a high-low platform here, and it really opens up this deck. You've got this big expansive deck going down onto a hydraulic platform, straight down into the water. So there's lots and lots of benefits to having this versatile seating layout. So we've just moved from that aft deck and we're now in the deck salon. You can see it's a fairly conventional layout, but the important thing is here that we have the galley up and forward. And because the galley is up and in this position, that's what's giving us the space below decks for those 3 cabins. Otherwise, it's a fairly conventional layout with the dinette here, with these stools, which will, you can see the backrest will come up, and these stools obviously can move out on deck as well, so you can move the dining area from here out onto the aft deck. So I'm set up at the lower helm position on the Virtess 420, as you can see. This is an IPS power boat. You can have stern drives. That 500,000 euro ex-VAT price, that starting price is with stern drives. The IPS is more expensive. This is the IPS 600 units, so they're 440 horsepower each. The stern drives 380 horsepower each, but working off the same Volvo Penta D6 block. Both drive types are going to push this boat to 30 knots pretty easily. You can also have joystick control on stern drive or pod drive. It is an option on both. The joystick controls forward, the throttle controls here. I quite like it when they're the other way around, so you're not leaning over those throttle controls. But otherwise, the ergonomics are good. It's a proper double helm seat. The forward visibility is excellent, and I really like the fact that there's a lower screen here. One thing, older design, older helm, just space for a single multifunction display screen where you might like to have 2, but as I say, otherwise it's a very workmanlike and practical feeling. How I feel like I can sit up here on a long cruise for hours at a time, and that visibility through that single piece screen is excellent. So we've now moved below decks and I'm standing in the owner's stateroom of the Virtess 420, and it is a proper stateroom. There's a good size ensuite over there to starboard. The entrance is a little bit tight, but it's a good size ensuite, and this does feel like a stateroom. Now bear in mind, this is a 3-cabin boat. The forward cabin for the owner, that is a slightly older design, but bear in mind that these newer boats that are coming through that have the full beam owner's cabin and midships, and there are still very few of those, they're all 2-cabin boats. So if you're looking for 3 cabins, this Bavaria 420 is still a great option, and they're 3 good cabins. As far as the guests are concerned, the starboard side cabin has the far better headroom, but there's 2 double or twin berths to each side. There's lots of storage space all the way around. So while the port side cabin does feel quite inhibited by the deck salon sole pushing down into that cabin, so headroom's pretty limited, you've got 3 cabins, and that's still pretty rare for a 42-foot Flybridge boat. We've now come up onto the Flybridge deck, the all-important Flybridge deck on this Virtess 420. We have this long stretch of seating around here. As you can see, you can have a high-low table here, which means you've got a massive sun pad running down here. But importantly, it's sitting opposite this wet bar. There's an optional grill that can go in here. We have a fridge under here, and there is space for an ice maker. But all the seating running down this starboard side, it does feel like you can get a lot of people up here. We've got the bimini canopy up here at the moment. That comes as standard. It does feel a little narrow up here. You've got to bear in mind this is nearly a 10-year-old model now, but feels safe. You feel well inside the boat thanks to these backrests and that moulding coming up. So it's, you know, there's some substance around you up here. This is a fairly straightforward Flybridge. For instance, this backrest will drop down, so it's, you know, it's working pretty hard for you. But one thing I did see that caught my eye was this hatch into the deck salon. We used to call this a sandwich hatch, the idea being that someone down in the galley there could pass some food up to the skipper driving up here. Don't often see them anymore. Obviously it's ventilation, it's light, but really I think it's about sandwiches. So that was a rather breathless tour of the Bavaria Virtess 420. Lots to see, and as I say, still a rare 3-cabin boat at this size. I hope you liked it. If you did, please do like us. And if you'd like to see more of what we're doing at the YachtBuyer channel, click up here, and please do subscribe by clicking up here. Thanks for watching YachtBuyer.